you're under arrest for attempted bank fraud, so go ahead, please stand up.
I didn't do no attempted bank fraud. I didn't do anything.
I have the probable cause, Miss Fain.
What probable cause? You didn't show me any evidence.
Stand up for me, Miss Fain.
Krista, call my mama, please.
Miss Fain, stand up.
She outside.
Stand up.
37. Stop touching me!
You are under arrest.
Stop touching me!
And I want to also note that even though she's as big as she is, she ain't fighting no man. All that extra ham hock weight, it ain't gonna do nothing. You fighting a man, that man gonna put you in your place. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cashapp or buying your girl a coffee.
It started like a routine fraud investigation, but within minutes, the suspect would allegedly lash out, punching a detective in the face in the middle of a busy Louisiana bank. On January 18th, 2024, a woman linked to a $50,000 counterfeit check was approached by law enforcement at a bank in Lake Charles. What happened next was all caught on Bodycam. This is the arrest of 23-year-old Colbiante Spain.
So I'm Detective Weekly with the Cashapp Sheriff's Office. I'm a financial crimes detective. I have a case where your name has come up. It's case number 24-3117. It's a bank fraud case.
Yeah, that's what I'm coming up here for.
You coming up here for some bank fraud stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So before I ask you any questions, I have a form that I'd like you to sign. Miranda rights form. So I just need to fill out some information on it, and then we'll get right into it. So we're at 2255 East McNeese Street, Southwest Louisiana Credit Union. Also present is Miss Linda Sterling and Christina Davis. Y'all are bank employees.
I'm the chief lending officer.
Chief lending officer.
Chief risk officer.
Chief risk officer.
That's what I'm here to clear up. I didn't come and deposit anything. I'm just now finding out about what's happening and what's going on with my account.
Is that somebody with you right there?
Yeah, that's my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my mother. She had brought me here because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my account as well. But yeah, I just left the one that saw
that. You went to get a debit card. Is what
yeah, I went to go get my debit card, but yeah, I was in my account and I'm looking or whatever, and
Ma'am, you can step outside. Please step outside.
Mama, just step out. I'm trying to figure out the same thing.
Usually when people act all like, I don't know what's going on, I have no idea what's going on, usually it's because they did that shit. I'm sorry. More times than not, usually they did it, and that's why they're saying, I'm so confused. I was trying to figure, like, they try to make it seem like they were the detective, right? Like they're on the same side as the police officer. I'm trying to investigate and figure it out tue. That's essentially what a lot of these people that are very guilty tend to say. I'm trying to figure it out too. Get the fuck out of here.
If you interfere in my investigation, I will place you under arrest. Please step outside. She's an adult. She's an adult.
Okay, but you don't have to disrespect my mama.
You can step outside, ma'am.
And you don't have to. And I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to disrespect my mom neither.
How is that disrespectful? Telling her to not be in the room. Y'all, and this is a problem that I have with folks, is that they think that somebody in an authoritative position telling them what to do is disrespectful. He's telling her to leave because she could potentially pose a threat and make the situation worse, can escalate the situation. You are not a minor child, so that's why your parent doesn't have to be in the room. That's why they should not be in the room, because you are an adult, and them being in the room could pose a problem with the investigation. Like, what are we talking about here? Him telling your mom to step outside and her not listening and going back and forth with him, and him saying, look, I will place you under arrest if you do not comply to what I'm telling you to do. Understand, that is not being disrespectful to your mom. No, your mom is being disrespectful and not following orders. Get your ass out the room. Go wait outside the room. What are you doing in there? And see, this is the part. The reason why she's harping on that, well, you're not gonna disrespect my mom, is because she's trying to pivot the conversation from what she potentially did that was bank fraud. She wants to pivot the conversation away from that onto something where she's the victor, onto something where now the police officer is the one that's the villain, the one in the wrong. So then now maybe we don't have to deal with the fact that I'm being accused of bank fraud, but rather now we're having a conversation about you disrespecting my mom and I'm just offending my mom. Da, 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 da. That's all that is.
At the same time, like that's what I'm here for. Just Mom, close the door, please. Close the door.
Hold on. What we now finna do is get mad at the officer saying, you're disrespecting my mom, and then you are disrespectful to your own damn mama. Mom, just close the door. Just close it. You now finna get on this officer for disrespecting your mom, and then you go, Mom, just get out of here. No. Which is actually disrespectful.
You don't have to be disrespectful towards anybody's parents. That's my mother. She's trying to figure out what's going on.
It's none of her business.
It is her business.
It's not.
It is.
You are an adult.
It doesn't matter, and that's still my mother.
Can you please?
It's still my mother, but you were just being disrespectful, saying, hey, get up out the room. Just get out the room, Mom. You see how she's going back to that point of, well, you disrespected my mom. Because she thinks that that's a leg she could stand on. It makes her the victim or the superhero, and it makes the police officer who's investigating the potential fraud the villain. It's all mind game. It's manipulation.
Lower your voice.
I don't have to lower anything.
Okay.
Anyways, ma'am, like I was saying, so that I was looking in my account because I had did a flash loan or something like that. Yeah, and they called me earlier, and so I was like, well, my debit card got lost, so I was like, I need another debit card. So I told them that I would be coming up there to get another one. So that's what I went to do, and then that's when she told me that I needed to speak with someone from the risk department. So then I came here.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If I wanted to do anything fraud, why would I walk in here myself? That's pointless.
Because stupid people do stupid things. A lot of the times criminals are dumb. And the good criminals, guess what? You don't hear about them because they got away with the crime.
Here to clear up, I'm trying to figure out which risk or whatever is going on, and what happened. Something about a $50,000 check was deposited into my account that I did not deposit. I didn't sign off on anything, no, nothing. That's what I'm here for.
You remember me calling you and talking?
I remember a lady calling me, but that's what I'm saying. And I have a settlement or whatever that's going on right now. That's what I thought it was. Until I check, I'm like, this is not what I'm waiting for. Yes, this is not what I'm waiting for.
You said you had
It's my cousin had deposited a check into my account. That's what I'm saying. It was not me.
All right, Miss Spain, I have this form. Can you make sure
I'm not signing nothing until I see everything that you have
Go ahead
going
and stand
on.
up. Go ahead and stand up for me, please.
Stand up for.
You have the right to remain silent. Now, granted, he did not say that. So that could screw him up. That could screw him up if he does not read her Miranda rights. Just because we think it's common sense to know that you have the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law, even though we should all know that. He still has to, he is legally obligated to say those things. A whole entire case. You could have an ironclad case against somebody, but you don't read them their Miranda rights and boop, case lost.
For what? I just want to see what's going on first. I don't want to be arrested for something that I don't even know anything about. That's why I'm here.
Look, I tried to get a statement from you.
I'm giving you a statement, but I want to know.
No, you just told me you're not signing anything, so I can't ask you any questions.
What you have first?
No, ma'am. You can go ahead and stand up.
I don't want to be arrested for something that I did not do.
It's too late. The decision's already been made. Go ahead and stand up.
What am I being arrested for,
Please stand
though?
up. Miss Spain, please stand up.
Can y'all please, tell me
I'm not
going to
ask you again. Please stand up, Miss Spain.
Sir. I will sign
now you
It's
want to
too
sign
late
it.
now.
Now that you got some consequences, now you want to go ahead and sign it. He gave you the opportunity. Now you want to sign it. Now you think you got the option. No, the option is off the table. Put your hands behind your back.
How is it too late? You
Now
didn't
it's
give
cool.
me a chance to
Do not
talk.
resist. Do not.
You didn't give me a chance. This was the chance. This was the chance. You pushed the chance away. That was the chance. You didn't even give me a chance. That was the chance. You didn't take it. Just so stupid.
I was signing.
It's too late now.
How is it too late? You didn't give me a chance to
Do not
talk.
resist. Do not pull away.
Sir, stop touching me.
Stop pulling
You
away.
didn't give me a chance to talk. No. Stop touching me.
Miss Payne.
Stop touching me.
You better.
Stop touching. Sir, I'm telling you, stop touching me. Do not touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
450. 33.
Where's my mom? Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Give me your hand, Miss.
No.
Colbiante. Give me your
Sir,
hand.
do not
You are
touch
under
me.
arrest.
Arrest for what? I didn't
Take
do
card.
anything.
Give me your hand.
I did not do
Miss
anything.
Payne. Miss Payne.
I didn't, sir. I
You are
didn't
under
do
arrest.
anything.
Miss Payne, you are under arrest.
Please, where's my mom? Can you get my
Miss
mom?
Payne, you are under arrest.
Can you get my mom? Stop touching me.
Miss Payne, you are under
I'm touching
arrest.
right now, so stop touching me, sir.
Miss Payne, you are under
Stop
arrest.
touching me.
Miss Payne, you are under
Stop
arrest.
touching me.
Miss Payne,
Stop touching me.
you are already under arrest for attempted
not
bank
under
fraud
arrest. I
and
didn't
battery
do-
of a police officer.
I didn't do anything.
Please don't make this any worse for
Krista.
yourself.
Krista,
Miss
I'm
Payne.
going to jail for something that I did not do. Bro,
Payne,
stop touching
give me
me.
your hand, Miss Payne.
Stop touching
Miss
me.
Payne, you need to stand up and put your hands behind your back.
Now, if he tased her, everybody in the, Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, they'd have been like, oh my God, the police brutality. This is why body cam footage, I'm grateful for it, because then we can distinguish between people that truly are being brutalized, taken advantage of by police officers from the situations like this, where he told you, gave you multiple chances to put your hands behind your backs. So if he were to tase her in this moment, I think it's justified. Now, granted, I'm not a police officer. I'm not in that field. So maybe.
Ow.
Bro, I'm at the bank trying to get another
Poor
debit
now,
card.
she's resisting.
And they came in here, a fucking sheriff or something came up in here talking about I'm under arrest for bank fraud. I didn't even do anything.
Stand up, Miss Payne. You're under
sir,
arrest.
I'm telling you, don't touch me.
Miss Payne, you are under
No,
arrest.
I'm not. Don't touch me.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Don't touch me.
I'm not under arrest. No, I'm not. I'm not under arrest. He's the police officer. Yes, ma'am. You are under arrest. She thinks she's in control here, and that's the problem. You're not. You're not in control here. People make stupid decisions and then they wonder why they get stupid outcomes. That's just crazy. That's crazy.
Miss Payne,
Don't
you're under
touch
arrest.
me, Krista, please help
Miss Payne,
me.
you're under arrest.
What do you think Krista's gonna do? What can Krista do? Is Krista the governor of whatever state you're in? Was this Louisiana? Is Krista the chief of police that can get you out of this? No, Krista can't do shit. Your best bet is to shut the hell up and do as you're told in this moment. And if they don't have a case against you, then you can countersue for whatever the case may be. There are different avenues you can take, but doing this is just stupid. I'm not saying that the justice system doesn't get it wrong. I think they get it wrong a lot. However, this is not how you go about pleading your case. This is not how you go about getting a favorable outcome. You have to weigh your options. If the police officer is not getting rowdy with you, there certainly is no reason for you to get rowdy with that police officer. All it is, yes, sir, I would prefer to wait for my lawyer, sir. Reading the paper, the document that he put in front of you, if it's the Miranda rights, and that's it, and no sneaky stuff hidden in there, then yes, you sign the document, you go on about your business. You don't sit over here and argue with the police officer because that's not going to give you a favorable outcome. You certainly don't put your hands on the police officer, because whereas this was just a bank fraud situation, now it's bank fraud and assaulting an officer, and they take that very seriously. You keep digging the hole deeper for yourself, and then you want us to look at you like you're the victim, and you're not. You might be not guilty of whatever it is, but now you're guilty of other things because they have you on camera assaulting the officer. So let's say, they eventually get you arrested and all of this stuff, and it comes out that you did not commit bank fraud. But guess what? You still assaulted an officer. Now you still have that charge you got to deal with.
You can figure all this stuff out later, but you're already under arrest for battery of a police officer and resisting arrest, force, or violence. You're under arrest for attempted bank fraud, so go ahead,
I didn't
please
do
stand
no
up.
attempted bank fraud. I didn't do anything.
I have the probable cause, Miss Fain.
What probable
stand up
cause?
for me.
You didn't show me any evidence.
Stand up for me, Miss Fain.
Krista, call my mama, please.
Miss Fain, stand up.
She outside.
Stand up.
37. Stop touching me!
You are under arrest.
Stop touching me!
Stop it. Come on, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Call my mama,
Okay, I'm gonna get your mama, but you stop.
Give me your hand.
I'm gonna get your mama. So you just.
You got cuffs?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, well we gonna figure this out.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, well then we gonna do that, but you gonna have to calm down.
I'm trying, but I'm scared. I
Okay.
didn't do anything.
But it's gonna be. Hey.
I'm trying, but I didn't do anything.
Okay.
You can't say all this, I didn't do anything after you assaulted an officer. That alone is you doing something, and they have every right to arrest you because you assaulted a police officer. This is what I'm saying. Stupid. You didn't weigh your options. Because whereas you might not have done the bank fraud, you definitely put your hands on an officer. Those charges will stick. They absolutely will stick. Bad choice after bad choice after bad choice. But it's just like we don't weigh our options. We don't think about the smart choice. We think about the impulsive choice. I'm just gonna fight. Unless, and I'm not gonna say that I agree entirely with the police state where police officers just have a free card to do whatever the hell they want and we should all just be okay with that. No, I don't agree with the police state. I don't agree with that at all. But what I am saying is that when you are in a situation like this, you have to be as smart and as logical as possible, because now you put yourself in a position where you're wrong either way.
Oh, God. It's stuff on there. There we go.
Oh, and I want to also note that even though she's as big as she ain't fighting no man. All that extra ham hock weight, it ain't gonna do nothing. You fighting a man, that man gonna put you in your place. And the only reason why they had to have two men on there is to make sure that the one man don't hurt the broad. That's why. See, people don't realize that. If that man wanted to use full force to make that woman submit, he would have ended up hurting her. So that's why they had to have the two men out there to put her in the cuffs so that they both are going half strength on her ass. And that way she doesn't get hurt. Women, we have to accept men are stronger, and that's okay. We're supposed to be different. We're biologically different.
I didn't. That's why I'm here. I didn't do anything.
Is that other side unlocked? They should both be unlocked.
Please.
Hold on. We got it.
My mom, please.
I'm gonna get your mom, but you're gonna have to calm down.
I'm calm, but I didn't.
I don't ever want to be so big that you got to use two cuffs to cuff me. Now, granted, I don't want to ever get cuffed, but I'm just saying the fact that they got to use two cuffs to cuff you is crazy work.
Do anything. That's what I tried to tell him.
Okay, but you're resisting and you're
I
fighting.
understand, but I didn't come in here. I didn't do
Miss Fain,
it.
go ahead. Stand up for me.
Stop getting off of me.
Miss Fain,
I
please
don't
go
want
ahead,
him
stand up.
touching me. Sir, can you please get me up? I don't want him touching me.
Okay, look.
What you want no longer matters. Nobody cares about what you want. It's like people think they could be as belligerent as possible. People think that they can just run amok and that we're supposed to care what they want, what they think, how they feel. No, nobody cares. Get your ass up. If you didn't want him to do all this, that, and the third, then understand you should have stood up on your own. Understand you should have put your arms behind your back on your own. That means he's going to touch you the least. When you resist, that means he has to touch you more. You don't want him putting hands on you. You don't want him doing this, that, and the third. That means you need to comply, put your hands behind your back. Then he doesn't have to touch you as much. He doesn't have to move you around. He doesn't have to manhandle you. You want him to get his hands off of you? The best way is to just comply in this situation.
Stop touching me.
I got it.
Stop touching me.
Come on.
You're gonna have to come on.
Come on.
Linda,
Look.
let me get her a taste of her.
Okay.
Hey, you want to go this way? I know.
You said 2 more units?
Hold on.
450. She's detained. Even 64.
Let me
lying heifer. He punched me in my mouth. You lying at you. Ooh. How dare you? How dare you try to weaponize your mom by lying to her and saying that man punched you in the mouth? He ain't punched you in the mouth. You hit him. You thought you could Magikarp flail your way out of this and you put hands on him, not the other way around. He punched me in my mouth. You know exactly the image that you're painting, as if you were just sitting there minding your business, and he just punched you in the face. That did not happen, you lying heifer. And this is the reason why I believe you did that. I believe it. I believe you did everything they're accusing you of doing. Because this is how you're behaving. You're lying. You're lying on that officer. And this is why I have such a huge issue with this whole Black Lives Matter nonsense, because they will rally behind something like this where it's obvious, clear as day, that the broad is wrong. And the problem with that, situations like this, they'll go out and they'll rally behind it even though she's dead wrong. But guess what that does? When you have situations where the officer is abusing, where you have the officer who is brutalizing, everybody's gonna look at it like, oh, it's just that Black Lives Matter shit again. It's just that Black Lives Matter nonsense. They probably did it. You know, it was probably justified. You train people into believing that whenever they see a situation arise where it's a Black person and a white officer or a non-Black officer, you train them to have that response. It's called desensitization. You desensitize them from the conversation about police brutality. And that's the unfortunate part, because it does happen. It happens more than we like to admit. But we can't get real justice for those instances because of nonsense like this where people lie and then everyone rallies behind it. See, that's the part that pisses me off the most, is that when it comes to real cases of police brutality, and that could be against anybody, white police officers brutalize other white people like crazy. I don't know if y'all know that. I saw this one video where this white woman, she was arrested, hands behind her back, cuffed, sitting on the side of the road. And she said something slick to that officer, and he frightened to kiss her. He punched that woman so hard in the face, and she was detained. There was nothing she could have done to him. Like, she literally physically could not do anything to this man. So his life was not in danger. There was nothing, like, she wasn't fighting back. She was sitting there yapping at the mouth, which is her rights. She has the rights, freedom of speech. And he punched her square in the face. So that brutalization, like, that happens across the board, and it's something that needs to be addressed. But it's so hard to have that conversation because y'all have trained people to think that anytime police brutality gets brought up, oh, it's just this Black Lives Matter nonsense. They probably deserved what happened to them. You train people to think that way, and that's the problem. It's not just the case itself. You got to understand you're conditioning the public, your peers. So who is going to be on that jury to judge you and to say whether you're guilty or not? You're conditioning the minds of potential jurors to already have that bias in the back of their mind. And like we've talked about, literacy crisis. So not only do you have people that are functionally illiterate, but you've also conditioned them to see this through the lens of they probably did that. And then you wonder why you get railroaded in the court system. All these pieces, they fit together to create this nonsense that we're seeing in the world. You're training the jury to think you probably did it. Even if the evidence is there to show that something wasn't right or that, you know, there's some nuance and things like that, no. Because we already have that literacy crisis. They say one thing, it goes over their head. They've already been conditioned to think X, Y, Z.
What's going on, man?
I know, but listen, breathe for right now.
Sir, can you please?
She's under arrest for attempted bank fraud, battery of a PO, resisted force or violence.
Okay.
You can call the jail to find out what her bond is.
Covert off. She resist.
Me?
Resisted. So did you hit my child though, sir?
No, but she hit me.
Okay.
It's all on body camera. You can get a copy of the video from the sheriff's office.
I'm just trying to confuse you. You was being rude to me. Like, I was just trying to figure out what was going on.
Please don't approach.
He was not being rude to you, broad. You were not listening. And so it's no wonder that your daughter doesn't listen, because you don't listen. And I would not be surprised if this was a single mom. I would not be surprised if this little lady did not have a father in her life. I would not be surprised. You don't listen. So of course, your daughter don't listen. And that's why she's in the mess that she's in. Clearly.
Approach, please.
Tell him to get away from me, like seriously.
So we gotta say, just calm down
I
and just go
didn't
ahead.
do nothing. That's all I tried to tell him.
All right, well, just go ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. We're gonna figure it out. Just go ahead.
Just don't create any more trouble for yourself.
Suzuki, beige in color to Amita Charles out of Fulford.
And you see how they're over here babying her? That's the reason she behaves this way. Because y'all baby them when they act a fool. There is no way that my mom or dad would be talking to me this way if I behaved like that. There is no way my parents would ever talk to me like that if I were behaving as belligerent as that woman was. They would be looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? We didn't raise you to behave this way. What the hell are you doing? Y'all coddle these grown adults, and then you wonder why they don't have the capabilities of an adult to accept accountability and to make good choices. It's because you coddle them every step of the way. You see how they have to, you just calm down, please. Just calm down. Oh, like they're trying to calm down a dragon and they're afraid of it. Put that foot down or put foot to ass. I'm sorry. Bring back real parenting because this dynamic is crazy. It's like she's in charge. Talk about the Snorlax broad. It's like she's in charge. She's the captain. And the mom is just trying to, please. Then you wonder why the kids act this way when they become adults. They never grew up. They never had law and order. If you don't have law and order in the house, how do you expect the kids to learn how to operate within the law and order of society?
I'm Amita Charles. What about me?
Oh, wait, where's her phone?
Sir, can you look at me, please? What's your, can I get your name?
Felton Charles.
I'm sorry, what?
Felton Charles.
Felton Charles?
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a statement?
Statement?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. She asked for a ride to the bank. I came brought her here, and all y'all here.
Well, a check was deposited into her account.
Yeah.
And it's a fake check. So, would you like to give me a statement?
Give me a statement. I don't know what's going on. I just told you she asked for a ride. I gave her.
Well, I just told you what I'm currently investigating.
Right. So, what you mean? You're not telling me nothing. You say you investigate
Oh
something.
no, there's a baby in the car. They held that image up. Yeah, that's you. Now, granted, you have some people that think that all black people look alike. I wish they would hold it up so we could see it a little bit better.
I don't have nothing to do with this. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, what's up? Southwest Louisiana Credit Union.
I'm trying to tell you something.
Yeah. I'll call you back in a little bit. Mr. Charles, do you want to give me a statement or?
I gave you a statement. She asked for a ride to the bank.
That's not what my statement's going to be about. I just told you a counterfeit check was deposited in her
I don't have nothing
account.
to do with that. Does my name on there? Is my name on there anything?
Right.
I don't have nothing to do with that. What? What about that? Let me see that.
Is that you?
No, that ain't me.
It looks like you.
No, that ain't. Well, do what you want to do. Come on. Let's ride. I'm not have time for this. You keep on asking me something. I'm telling you. She asked for a ride to the bank. I can't give her a ride to the bank. How many statements you want me to give you?
I'm not getting upset with you.
Stop yelling because he's pissing me off.
Okay,
you keep on asking me the same thing.
All this is for show. You know, if that truly was not a picture of you and you could prove that that's not you, then what's all this aggressive energy about? I understand people getting frustrated when police officers are harassing them, right? Like we've seen that happen before where police officers are harassing and things like that. Absolutely. But this isn't that. They're asking you simple questions because you might be involved and you're doing all this. That just makes you look more guilty. Do people not realize that? You look even guiltier when you behave this way.
Over and over.
He's
She
asking
asking me-
if you want to talk to him about a case that he's working.
I don't know nothing about a case. She asked me to give him a
What do you want to
statement.
talk with him about?
For what? I don't know nothing. I just told her what I
He's
know.
asking if you want to talk about.
I'll tell you
Keep
what,
on asking me, do I want to give him a statement? I just gave him a statement. She asked for a ride to the bank. I can't give her a
Mr.
ride.
Mr. Charles, I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do. I'll give you a card with a phone number and the case number on it. If you decide you want to give me a statement about that check being deposited into her account, you can give me a call, okay?
See, that's what I'm talking about. You're pissing me off. You trying to manipulate me right now. That's what you're really trying to do.
No.
Man, look.
All I did was ask if you wanted a statement.
How is he manipulating you? It obviously is going to seem like manipulation when you slow. Of course, you're going to see it as manipulation when you're slow. He's not even trying to arrest you right now. You know, guilty people, they really show how guilty they are by the way they fall out and crash out when they're confronted. Crazy one.
I don't know nothing. You keep on asking me about it, checking out.
He may have questions that you could answer, but he can't ask those questions until after you consent to talk.
I'll tell you what, if you decide you want to give me a statement concerning that check, you give me a call, okay?
We gave him some water.
You identified him?
Huh?
You got his date of birth?
No.
Mr. Charles, can I get your date of birth, please?
That guy, is that him or not?
I believe so.
Because it had braids in the hair. It had braids in the hair. And that's the mama over there saying something.
I believe it is him. He gave me his name. He does.
It had braids.
He
He
keeps
had
saying
braids on the picture.
I think that's him.
Yeah, he keeps saying he doesn't want to give me a statement.
Now, like I said, we couldn't see the picture. So it could be a case of they all look alike in their eyes. It could be that. I will leave the door open. Now, if we were able to see the picture and then see him, then we could make a more definitive statement about how we feel about it. But even still, you can't crash out like that. You got to move smart because you make yourself look guilty.
Looking at what? So we trying to figure out what's going on.
You want to be ugly?
I'm not trying to be ugly, sir. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I
Bank
really
fraud.
don't. Okay.
How much I want to bet the mama in on it.
So you going to be at the office where she's going?
I'm going to do my paperwork, and she's going to be booked into the Calshap Correctional Center at
Okay, and
50
I'm
More
sorry
Tennies,
she
bro.
did that to your eye.
It's part of the job. I completely understand. It shouldn't have happened, but I understand the position she was in.
But the way he talked to me when I was trying to figure out, like, he was just saying I was interrupting, but I guess he was just, it was all a part of your investigation.
So I've been doing this job for 10, 11 years now. Usually whenever a family member comes in and sees a cop talking to their family member like a daughter, and they come interrupt, I'd like to be as respectful as possible, but her being an adult, it's nobody else's business. If she wants to tell you after I'm done talking to her, that's her decision.
Okay.
But I'm also not gonna, I can't be having people interrupt, and I'm be honest, I didn't even like having the bank employees in there.
So even with that, I can understand that. That's for privacy. Because as an adult, you have your privacy. So that makes sense.
Because people, whenever they're listening to, whenever I'm getting a statement, they tend to start interrupting, and that affects my statement. I didn't like having them in there, but the bank is the victim on this case.
Okay.
So, they've got information that they might be able to clarify information. So it was kind of a lot easier to have them in there while I tried to interview her. She didn't want to give me a statement. She did not want to go to jail. I've got the evidence. I've got the probable cause to book her. So she's going to be booked in for the attempted bank fraud, and then also the resist and force or violence for whenever I went to go detain her. So it's part of the job. It shouldn't be. I hate that it is. I hate that anyone gets put in that position. But it is what it is. I don't hold it against you. I don't hold it against Mr. Felton there. That was a decision Colbiante made herself.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, so she's gonna have to bond out on those two charges whenever bonds get set. I'm not sure when that's gonna be set. It's gonna be a few hours. Okay. So there's no sense in going sit up there and waiting. Once she's booked in, they'll allow her to make a phone call, and she could call whoever it is that she would like, or you could probably call up there this afternoon about 5, 6 o'clock. I believe she should have a bond set by then. I can't make any promises because it's up to the judge when the judge gets to it, but I believe she'll have a bond set by then.
At least the mama isn't crashing out. At least the mama is not crashing out, because that would just make this whole situation even worse. Not my baby. She knows. Okay, because that baby probably done crashed out on her like that before. Know your rights. You have the right to shut the hell up.